Hi, Thrifty Tim here, uh, and with another episode of Saturday Morning with Thrifty Tim. Yes, as I put in that's the title. Summer is here. Yeah, it is. Like the kids are out of school, at least in the town I live in. I know they are. They've been off for a week, but I heard that the Rockridge school's not too just not even 20 miles south of us, maybe 10, 15 miles from us. They're still in school, so. Oh, hi, James. Uh, so, yeah, this week I've been, I just about didn't have this today, I'll let you know, because we had somewhat of a family emergency, but everything's about cleared up now. I might be getting a text from my son during the show, and it's for with that. So, and yeah, like I said, the sun's here. Yes, we've seen had we've had tastes from smokes from some of the wildfires up in Canada this week. Has some uh, for most of the week it's stuff that came up from like Alberta and stuff, but uh, then later on in the week we have seen a little bit from there, the ones in Nova Scotia that are hitting New York City so hard. Uh, and yes, I have been doing or I have done some spinning this week, so I'll show you them uh, before I open up the links. And as many of, or some of you already know, I have a couple YouTube accounts. This one's, of course, for my uh, is for my uh, final community ones. I also have a BookTube community account for that, and we started this month. We started readathon, or for this month, we're doing a readathon in the with the with several people where we're reading westerns all month. And see, with me, I have to have music going or some type of background noise when I'm reading. So, so this month I figured it was appropriate to uh, just have like country music spinning during for it. So I'll show you some of the stuff I've been spinning already this month over the past couple of weeks. This is Tom Jones Country. George Jones, I am what I am. Just that title makes me think of some of the old Popeye has episodes. Hi, Mike. Okay. Okay. Waylon's Greatest Hits Volume 2. And it is packed full of hits. And another Waylon Jennings, Mountain Man. And this is the one that has the theme from the Dukes of Hazzard on it. And he does get cover of Do It Again, this Steely Dan song on here, and he does Street Music Man on here. Here's somebody that I'm going to show is somebody that I've liked ever since the early 70s. I have most of his stuff through like the early 80s. And that is John Denver. This is I'm Back Home Again. This is one with Grandma's Featherbed on here, and Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and any songs on here also. Oh, I should tell you the years as I go along on these. This one's from 1974, and the next one is John Denver. I Want to Live. This is from '77, and this has singing skies and dancing waters. I like that one, and it amazes me. And I like the song "I Want to Live" on here, also, which is so good. Okay, Take Me to Tomorrow. This is from 1970, and what I like about some of his earlier solo albums, uh, you hear a different version of the song that you hear on like the hits compilations of this and stuff. And see, the song I'm talking about on this one is one that I had sung at my wedding. My wedding. This was almost 37 years ago, and that's the song is "Follow Me," and uh, then but it has a lot of good stuff on here, like four songs. Good. He does a real good cover of James Taylor's "Carolina in My Mind." Okay, uh, whose garden was this? And this is from 1970, and he covers that the night they drove old Dixie down on here. The old song that by the band and was a big hit for Joan Baez. He also covers Mr. Bojangles, and then what James would like, he does does covers of Eleanor Rigby and Golden Slumbers on here. Okay, another John Denver album here. This is from '79. This is his self-titled album. The song I really like on here is "Downhill Stuff," and then he does a cover of "Johnny Be Good" on here. Okay, this one is Autograph. That this is from 1980. Like he does, "Dancing with the Mountains" on here, which is a pretty good song. And, and the Wrangell Mountain song. Those are probably a couple you might have heard. Okay, this one has some songs that were hits on it. Hi George, how are you doing? This is Seasons of the Heart. This is from 1982. It's a gatefold, and this one has the song. Shanghai Breezes was a big hit off of this one, and you might have heard Perhaps Love off of it. Going back to one of his older ones, this is Rhyme and Reasons from uh, 1969. Yes, it has, he does song Rhymes and Reasons on here. He also does a cover of the Beatles song "When I'm 64." Uh, he sings "Leaving on a Jet Plane," which he wrote and was a hit for Peter, Paul, and Mary. And I have to laugh at one song on here. It's called "The Ballad of Richard Nixon." It's 7 seconds long. That's from '69. Okay, on here you might have heard the title track on here. That this is Some Days Are Diamonds. It's from 1981, and sing, he also does the Cowboy and the Lady on here. It's a good song. I think that might have been written by Bobby Goldsboro, but I might be wrong. Okay, now here's Jessie Coulter, her Miriam. I can't remember whether she had any hits on here or not, but it's a good album. Okay, Lynn Anderson, Keep Me in Mind. Just look at this picture of her with that long blonde hair and stuff. And she does the cover of the city of New Orleans on here, and is the one that you'd probably recognize. Okay, here's part of a duo from the mid 70s, you could say. This is Jimmy Messina, or Jim Messina, from Loggins and Messina fame. This is One More Mile. It's from '83, and it had the hits on One More Mile was at least a country hit, I know. And it's from 1983. I got that when it first came out. Okay, here's this is a fun album. This has C.W. McCall, Black Bear Road. But this also has Convoy on it, along with Black Bear Road, and so yeah, that's country song. Okay, this is some classic, some Southern rock, the Marshall Tucker Band. This is the album 10th on here. I don't think there was anything that have any hits on it, really. Okay, here's this one was from 1980. Now here's Tuckerized, which was from 1982. I'm just making sure. On here they do the song Heartbroke, which is good. Okay, the Marshall Tucker Band, Just Us. And that is from 1983. Okay, and here is Dedicated. Hi, Paul. And yeah, this is Dedicated. And on here he's okay. I was on with thinking there. This this is from '81. Okay. Okay, here's female country singer that I like from back in the '80s. And she had a show with her sisters for a while. This is Barbara Mandrell, and with Memories. I'm just making sure on here which. Okay. And the last one I'm going to show you, I spent more than this, I know, in the last couple of weeks, but this one is a real good one. This is Chris Christopherson. Jesus Was a Capricorn. If I remember right, this was his first solo album. It's from '72 on Monument. Of course, it has its on Jesus Was a Capricorn on it. And he also does a song Help Me, which he wrote, which was a hit for shoot. I can't remember now. Or no, it's not Help Me, It's Why Me that I meant. And can't remember who had the big hit off there, but it's Why Me Lord, What Have I Done? And that's all that. Well, I'm going to be posting that uh, link right now so that some people can join me up here. I can only have 5 others other than myself. Yes, I'm cheap. Uh, I'm cheap, so I use the free version of StreamYard. So okay, so oh, and here's Sir James.
Hello, Tim.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you doing?
I wasn't feeling good yesterday. I'm starting to feel a bit better. I'm glad I was able to have some energy today to be on here with you. I was looking forward to this all morning.
Okay.
And I've got 2 items to show you. Um,
Okay.
First of all, I got a Funko Pop of a mascot from my favorite NBA team, the Toronto Raptors. So this is the Raptor.
Okay.
And this is a Canadian exclusive. And when you see this little logo here, that means it's an official NBA product. So that's pretty cool. And my mom also bought me this the other day at Costco.
Okay.
You might want to make me big for this one.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Come on now.
So this is the making of with the Beatles, a 60th anniversary celebration. Here's the back. I like that color. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. counterpart is called Meet the Beatles, and I love this opening cover when you open it. Now this is what Beatlemania was all about. All the girls screaming
Oh yeah.
for the boys. Ah! And then there's a beautiful picture in here that I've never seen before. And here's the mono version of it. Then we have them all in leather. These are rare photos I've never seen. And there's Pete Best on the drums. So we got John, Paul,
Okay.
George, and Pete. That's long before. Nope, there's no Blue Jay Funko Pop. And here's them playing at the Cavern Club. I'm guessing that the guy in the back on the drums could be Ringo. Here's some rare shots of the boys. So that's all I'm going to show, but I highly recommend you get this. I read this on Thursday, and it took me only 2 hours to read it. And I gave my review last night on my friend Kate's channel because I was co-hosting with her, and I gave it 100 on 100. So I highly recommend you get this magazine. All right, you can make me small.
Okay. So
Thank you, Paul.
yeah. Yeah. Paul's his favorite group is the Beatles also. But I don't
yeah.
hold it against him. He's a big Monkeys fan, so.
I wish I was showing you the vinyl of Revolver, which I'm still wanting. But hey, it's a good magazine. I mean, I found it. And I said, "Mom, can you get me this?" She's like, "Okay." I really wanted it.
And Calvin's watching now. So does that mean you're back from your storage unit right now, Calvin? He's been working on a project. I'll just put it that way. Oh, and Paul's just waiting for a phone call before he comes on. So, yeah. So yeah. So you hadn't been feeling too well yesterday?
No, I had chills and everything. I kept sleeping off and on during the day. I didn't sleep well. I slept a little better last night, but not too well. But today seems to be my best day, so I'm just gonna eat light. I'm sipping ginger ale and stuff like that, sucking on cough drops. But I'm happy that I have more energy to sit at the computer today, and I'm glad because I have my live stream tomorrow.
Right.
So I want to be in my best shape because I don't want to let my viewers down.
Yeah.
And later today, at 2 o'clock his time, 3 o'clock for me, AGK is doing a live chat. He hasn't done that in a long time. You know AGK, Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah. So I'll be there on his panel, I think, today. And I just texted Jorgen, so I guess Jorgen will be here soon.
Okay.
Well, it depends how you're feeling, Mike. Yeah. So, wow, you have a lot of John Denver there.
Oh yeah, that's not all of it either.
Mm.
Like I have around 12 his studio albums through like 82 or 83. So
Well, you know something? That Rhymes and Reasons album, the Irish Rovers did a cover of that song too.
okay, that was
That was the
certain by
version
John
I've heard
Denver.
before I heard John Denver. I didn't know it was actually a John Denver song.
Yeah. So
But it is a good one. I've had bugs where I didn't even have energy to get out of bed. Oh, I know how that feels. I woke up this morning, I was dizzy, trying to go to the toilet. Then I wanted to check my messages before I got dressed and brushed my teeth, combed my hair, and all that. I had to go lie in my bed again. But finally, I got up. I said, okay, this is enough. I got to shave. I got to do all my stuff. I got to get ready for the day. I need my coffee. So I had the energy to get up and go get my coffee and sat down. Once I had my coffee, I perked up. Pun intended. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, so you're thinking you want to bring the sponsor that Paul has for his shows here, coffee.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't bring coffee on today. I'm just all I've got here is ginger ale, Canada Dry.
Well, with me, I have Dr. Thunder,
I've never heard of that before.
Walmart's equivalent of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's in Nova Scotia. I'm in New Brunswick, Mike.
Yeah,
No, it's
I had
fine here.
texted James that the other day checking on it.
Yeah, I went outside to take some tape off the window because we just got a new window put in because it broke in the winter because a bird smashed into it. And it was a partridge of all things. It sounded like a gunshot. The bird just hit the
Well,
window, bounced off, and landed in the driveway.
so was
Dead
it Danny?
instantly.
Was it
What?
Danny? You said it was a partridge. Was it Danny?
No, it wasn't Danny Partridge. No. Where's Doc Dawkins when we need him? Oh, you start talking about the Partridge Family, Doc will show you all his Partridge Family records he's
Oh
got.
yeah, I have like 5 or 6 partridge family. Paul has quite a few also. So
Yeah. Well, thank God I'm safe here. There's no smell, but all the smell and stuff is going to Toronto. It's going to Montreal. It's just spreading everywhere, but not here. And it makes me think of that song there about the horse. And they called him Wildfire.
yeah, I have that album with that on. I I like this comment from Mike.
Actually, I didn't see Alfred Hitchcock after the bird hit the window. Nope, he wasn't around. Welcome to the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. It's a remake of The Birds.
Oh,
The orange
it's a
soda
remake
Walmart
of the
has is pretty good.
partridges.
Yeah, and a partridge in a pear tree. I own no Partridge Family because I really don't care for them insipid pop stuff. Eh, I grew up with the Partridge Family, so they're a part of my life, you know.
Yeah, I was a teenager in the 70s. Well, pre or say preteen and teenagers because I uh, turned 10 in December of 1969. So
Oh, I was just born in '69 in April, so I was just a baby. I didn't know you were existed then.
yeah, I didn't know you existed either. So oh
Well, we do now.
yeah. Oh,
Oh, oh, he
oh
is
yeah,
record
Record
crate.
Crates is getting it now.
Oh,
Oh, he's in North Carolina. I can understand why. Because did you see that? What was like the at in Washington D.C. What they were the Black Sox are supposed to play the Nationals, but because of the smoke, it was dark on the field and stuff.
wow.
So they had to reschedule it. Yes, Calvin, I was a teenager once. I, I was. I don't. I won't say anything. Yes, I was a teenager once. I don't care if you skipped over your teens. I didn't.
We all were teenagers once, so we can't skip over it. Whether we want to or not, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
Now I got wildfire stuck in my head, and they call them wildfire. Who sings that?
that's Michael Martin Murphy or Michael Murphy.
Ah,
Known
okay.
under both names. Uh, yeah,
And Mike says I was a teenage werewolf.
sort of like the movie with Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf.
Yeah, which didn't do well at the box office. Then they made that sequel, Teen Wolf 2, with Jason Bateman. That was not good either.
Well, the first Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox was a lot better than Teen Wolf 2.
It wasn't the best film in the world, but you have Michael J. Fox there. You're gonna love it if you're a fan of Michael J. Fox. Because I was really into Family Ties at the time, so I had to watch it.
Yeah, and we get a channel here along with our local channels on the stations that since so many of these TV stations have all these extra digital channels they can do well. They here in the Rockford area, one of the channels has a channel called Laugh. It mainly shows comedies, and it's usually like TV shows, and they'll show like several like 2 hours worth of the same TV shows, just different episodes.
Oh wow!
But on Friday and Saturday nights now, they play or they have comedy movies on there. One of them that uh, one of them that they're showing tonight is Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
I love that movie.
Yeah, with Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds sneaking
Yeah,
around with you.
last night I watched a remake of Yours, Mine, and Ours, which is good, but I like the original with Henry Fonda and Lucille Ball better.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Well, I watched a good movie last night. It's on Disney Plus and it's also on Hulu. Do you have Hulu, Tim?
my son has it. I need him to put it log our my Roku's into his account. So because they get Hulu free with their phones.
Well, I watched it on Disney Plus because I have Disney Plus. This movie was very, very good. It's called Flamin' Hot, and it's by Searchlight Pictures, and it's about this Mexican man who got a job as a janitor at Frito-Lay company, and he wanted to move up the ladder, and he because the company was going to go down. It's based on a true story, and he created the Flaming Hot Cheeto, and it's
Okay.
a story of how he tries to get it out on the market and everything. It's an hour and a half movie, and I really, really highly recommend it. I really enjoyed the film so much. But it's on Hulu and it's on Disney Plus,
Okay.
and that goes for you in the chat too if you want to see it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. See, we have Disney Plus and of course Paramount Plus.
I have Paramount Plus. Hey, if you have Disney Plus, you can watch Flamin' Hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Charles Durning did that song. Do a little two step or side step or something. Yeah, I
Oh
remember
yeah.
that. I like the song. There's
Uh,
nothing dirty going on.
Come on, Calvin. That's a movie that's in color.
Yeah, it's not black and white.
I and a movie I did watch this week. See, I finished. I finished a book on Wednesday. Like I said, doing all Western thing pretty much this month, and but I read the book Hondo by Louis L'Amour, and so Thursday I decided to watch a movie. Uh, uh, because that with all there's so many streaming channels that so older movies. This is the movie is Hondo, and it stars John Wayne in it, and the movie is pretty much stays close to the book. And the movie's from from the 50s. The book came out like in 53.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mike has a question for us here.
Wow, that's a good question. Well, you can get a free account or you can get the basic.
Yeah,
Because with the free account, you can only get 6 people on. I have the basic, which my mom gave me for my birthday last year, and it's uh, 240 annually American. I thought it was Canadian, but it's only an American-based company, and you can get 10 people up on screen.
well,
And you just sign up. You just put your email account, and it kind of connects you to YouTube. It'll ask you, "Do you want to connect us with YouTube?" And you say yes, and you click on that, and the rest is, as they say, easy.
yeah, and I was see with me, I'm one of those cheap old men, and I have the free account, or can have up to 6 people all together on it, 5 people other than me, and and I know you've made some videos of so you have a camera and mic to use or your phone or whatever, and
Well, I don't
so
have a phone, so I make my videos through my laptop, just through
I do it.
StreamYard.
I usually do it from my desktop. I've been testing it with since I've started this show. I've been testing it on different browsers on one of my desktop, and then I also have a laptop that I'll record on at times too if it gets too bad.
What's the total limit for the free one? You get 20 hours a month for free.
Yeah, see, and you notice I keep my my streams down to 2 hours now, and
But me, I have unlimited streaming, so I can go for hours and hours if I want to.
yeah. So if you decide to start one, like go ahead and post it. You can post a link for it on here, or give us information, and I think there will be a good number of people that watch this that might go watch yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. If you're doing it like one a week for 20 hours, uh, yeah, that would work 4+ hours a week. With me, I still keep it down because of my health problems. So, well, when you're getting close to the 20 hours, you'll get a message from them that you only have that much left, and they ask if you want uh, to take it up to a basic plan.
Yeah, well, from all the stuff that I'm able to do with it, I had to. I'm glad I upgraded.
Yeah.
It works for me because sometimes I do live streams during the week,
Okay.
depending. So my mom said, okay. She knows I love doing this kind of stuff. So And even guesting, even for guesting, it's good to have the what I have.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if that counts for your 20 hours if you're guesting on someone else's stream.
I don't know either. Yeah. So Calvin must have a phone, or he doesn't get unlimited data.
Yeah, we miss having you up here, Calvin. We miss your moments where this is a moment on the show where you cry. Remember that when you used to do that? You had your special album of the day or something, and then you get emotional. I remember that back in the
tears.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't do a lot more streaming or videos like I do, Mike. So it's not maybe it's not the package for you to have, but for me it works because I use it all the time. So
yeah, I know, like with some of us, that this is the way that we get out or talk to other people, and like I know James said, his scaling out is mainly to Ox80, and with me, I decided I'm going to try just going to the library once a week eventually, and because I have with me being a veteran, I get free bus rides. And I could try the bus for free. So,
mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
okay,
that'll work. I was just looking at my calendar. Your next live stream will be on the 25th of June.
correct.
So July 1st, you're off. So that works perfectly because I'll be doing an interview with my friend Danielle that day.
Okay.
And even if you were on, I could only stay for maybe an hour or so, or an hour and a half, because then I'd have to get ready for the stream. But this works out even better because then I can prepare for what I have to do and stuff.
Like I said, I'm keeping my visit. Oh, here we go. Hey, Paul.
It's Paul. Uh-oh.
Oh, here he is.
Up.
The question is, Tim, was it a magic bus? That's the question right there.
No, it's just a plain old Rockford buses. They've gotten several new buses that are like the clean ones, the clean energy ones and stuff. And
Bunny Carlos was driving one of them. He needs a part-time gig while when he's not performing Monday nights at Mary's place in Rockford. There's your commercial.
or Rick Nielsen.
You know, truthfully, I'm still hoping to try to get up there this year. Back up. I don't know if it's going to happen due to the knee surgery and all, but it's still my goal to get up there. But when I do go up there, I'm going to try to time it so that hopefully Bunny is doing one of his. Drag you and Scott 3 go and catch Bunny and torture him. Because he deserves it. He deserves our presence.
Yeah. So have you picked anything up lately, Paul? In the past couple of weeks or so?
Well, let's see. It unfortunately due to the way my knee has been, I did go out a little bit. So let's see. I cannot remember if I showed this last time before. Some of the stuff I showed on my show, but some of it I didn't. So I got some 50-cent CDs that I picked up over. Yeah. Oh, well, when they're 50 cents, you can't pass that up. But before I show that, I cannot remember.
Oh, just a minute, Paul. Since you mentioned CDs. CD sources back in business across the street from where they were.
Very, very happy. And for people out there that don't, with CD Source. CD Source on. Oh my God, the fire was. I don't understand about that. If it wasn't CD Source that got burned to the ground, the Apollo almost did too, from what I heard. But they caught that one real quickly, and I'm just like, geez, man, what the heck? But yeah, so hooray for CD Source in Loves Park coming back into action again. That'll be beautiful. I can't remember when they open, but it will be soon. So I cannot remember if I showed.
Their soft opening was back on Monday.
Oh, on Monday? Okay.
This past Monday.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I'll have to. There's a lot of places I want to check when I get up there. And another thing I found out, but I don't know when it's opening because this has to do at Woodstock, Illinois, for any. The Woodstock Square, there's a jail, okay, which they spent, I don't know how many millions of dollars on a renovation for this thing. But when they're finished, I am told there's going to be a new record store opening in that old jail building. Okay, because ever since Skip closed down, it'll be 20 years ago. Can you believe this, Tim? 20 years ago next year. Yeah. Skip's been gone. You and me went to Full Circle a couple times. And so, I mean, as far as for Northwest Illinois, at least McHenry County, there's only, let's see, there's stock later in the year. That's it. There isn't any other ones in McHenry County right now. I really wish they would crank out stuff, but it is what it is. I suppose. Great. So I really thank the ones that do continue to run the brick and mortar record store so that we can all go out and enjoy it. So
I was going to say, I also know that you'd like to go pay a visit to Schuyler again.
What's that?
When you're up here, you'll want to make a visit to Schuyler again.
Schuyler. Is that the dude in Rockford?
CD Source.
Oh, yeah. Schuyler was CD Source. I get confused sometimes because I know there's also the Rockford record store we'll have to go and catch too. And I don't know. I didn't find too much the last time I was in there, but I still like supporting the record stores anyway. Hey, Jorgen.
Hi.
How you doing?
Manny. Good. How are you?
Total added on to it, so.
Hi, Manny.
Okay. So how have you been lately?
So let's see.
Not so good. I've been having a cold. It's getting better today. I actually was outside today in the city, so it's getting way better. But I've been spending 10 days now having a cold. So
James was sick yesterday too.
Pardon?
James was sick
I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I had chills, my bones ache, my stomach hurts a little bit because of coughing and stuff. And today's my good day. Today I feel a bit better, maybe not 100%, but I'm glad I was able to have the energy to be on here today. Then AGK is doing a live stream at 3 o'clock my time, 2 his time. Yeah, so I'll be there, and I'll be good for my stream tomorrow at 1. So that's always a good thing.
Okay, I'm keeping a distance away.
I was saying that I hope that I'm not the one. I hope I'm not the one that made James sick.
No, you didn't, Jorgen.
You know those viruses. You can never understand how far they can travel.
Yeah.
Never know. They'll have it where you can send people illnesses online.
Yeah, exactly.
See, now, unfortunately, I'm thinking.
He's a good friend of mine.
I heard a computer virus, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Well, sort of like here,
Yeah.
they were just working around where I live for Comcast is my provider for internet. They're working. They were working on equipment to make it so getting ready for 10 gig internet. See, I have 1 gig internet right now, which I've had for a few years, not long, but they're always offering me the latest and greatest for about the same price anymore. So
Yeah.
but with all these things that advances are doing with that technology anymore, never know. Then like without this with the AI they talk about on the news and stuff.
Well, I went down to the record store today and I made an order for them to bring home the new Depeche Mode album so I can complete my collection again.
Ooh,
So
the new one.
it will be there hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Around $25 it cost me, but I felt like I'm most likely won't get any cheaper. So for CD that is okay. So I want to complete my collection, so I need to have it.
So that's the only one you're missing. Then you have them all.
Yep.
I can
That's good.
understand that.
Yep. How many do they have altogether that they've done?
I think that Memento Mori is there. I must check for safety, but I think it is somewhere 14 or something like that.
Okay.
But I should Google for just for safety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
Calvin
don't
has
mind
a
Depeche
question.
Mode.
15.
But Calvin has a question for us. When starting CDs, do you put compilations with multiple artists under V, or for various, or do you just go by title? Right now, mine's all mixed up. But what I do, I'll do all of mine and alphabetically. But then for the compilations, if it's multiple artists compilations, I just do that after all of the others, and that way it's how I keep know which ones are various artists and which ones are multiple artists and which ones the regular artist or the regular ones.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to jazz, I don't have any order at all because as I buy so much jazz, it means that I would have to move each CD down for flip around for everything, and I don't have the strength to do that. So I have pretty good knowledge, but when it comes to the rest, I have the artist, of course, in an alphabetic order, and then I put compilation of various artists at the last. In the order, and there I don't see. I don't normally have that much order. I don't have that much compilation with the various artists on CDs, so I haven't done any kind of order there. But I put them last in the collection.
Me, I don't really have any specific order for my CDs. They're all in boxes right now, in no particular order, just to save space. Because my man cave's big, but it's not big enough to put all of them in here. So, but I keep all my records in order, like by artist and how many there is. If there's multiple of different albums, I put them like that. So that's what I do. All right, Paul's turn.
Well, let's see. So, Tim, you kind of remember how I used to label my collection in Capron. I kind of miss being able to have things alphabetized at least by letter, but I haven't done that since I've been down here. But to answer Calvin's question, if I were to go off and take comps, I would have its own various artists section, after the alphabet. That's what I would do. So after Z, then it would be VA. That's what I would put under it. So
Yeah, and
I think that is what I have also.
well, with me, I have all my records and CDs are in so much disarray. I don't have them in any particular order.
I have the same order in vinyl also. I have various artists after the alphabetic order.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Jorgen, did you get my link I sent you?
It wasn't here?
No, I sent the link to you on Instagram because AGK is doing a live stream today.
Yeah, I know. But I subscribed to him also, so I saw it anyway.
Yeah, I hope you're going to join me there because I'll be there this afternoon. He's bringing guests on and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's the first time he's done it in a long, long time. Should be fun.
Yeah, he had a hard time though.
Yeah, after his dog was put down the other day.
oh,
Because she couldn't walk anymore. She had to be carried around and stuff. And so he hasn't been himself. But I think today he seems excited for this. So I think this is going to cheer him up. And I'll be there. I'll be there to support him.
Also, he probably looks at it this way where his dog's no longer suffering now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Paul's going to show us some CDs, weren't you, Paul?
Yeah.
You hesitated for a moment.
Yeah.
Long live the memory.
Oh, no. I remembered and I knew. I just was waiting patiently. But yeah, that.
And he froze.
Yeah. And he's the only one
that's it. That's my Tom Petty impression. All right. Yeah, that's it. You know,
I
wouldn't be embarrassed by this because it's true. But Tim, remember, Kathy. Remember Kathy, my friend up there in Harvard?
Yeah.
She always wanted to be the next Mrs. Tom Petty.
Ah.
I think I've heard her mentioning
she was sad. I don't blame her. She was sad when he passed. I was too. I'm like, what a great musician. But yeah, I mean, so when I would call her up before he died, so every time I'd call her up and she knew it was my number, but I would answer, I'd go, yeah. That's all I did, which of course would make her laugh. Okay, so I can't remember if I showed this 2 weeks ago. Forgive me, because this was from earlier in May. I quickly got to meet Pauly Shore and got an autograph on a DVD.
Oh, wow.
That was cool. Go check Pauly if he comes out near you. The Whistle. Yes.
Speaking of Pauly Shore, I talked about Laugh TV and their movies on Friday and Saturday nights. It was like a week or two ago. They showed the movie In the Army Now on there with Pauly Shore.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Which I've got for Scott. I have that DVD signed for We're in the Army Now. I was able to get that for him. And then for Donna, I got a signed son-in-law. That's what she got. So she's happy with that because she came with me to the show.
All right, see you, Mike.
All right. 50. All right. So,
Mike, pre-code Mike?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Of course, Paul knows where I got this at. He's out, right?
Brian Johnson, lead singer of AC/DC. and also spokesman for Dr. Thunder. All right.
I'm going to say he's the spokesman for crows with flu.
Uh-oh. Anyways, I thought about that for a second. If you really wanted to get somebody sick, like let's say this is like 1800s, okay, and somebody would be really sick with like the measles or scarlet fever or something like that, and you wanted to send it to somebody in Europe, I don't know why, or vice versa, you'd like cough or like phlegm into the envelope. I know that sounds gross. Mail it and then send it off. And by the time the other, look, I've got a letter from Basil. Opens up the letter and then they get sick. Old timey medical.
Speaking of scarlet fever,
all right.
Speaking of scarlet fever, gets me thinking of the song Kenny Rogers did, called Scarlet Fever. It was about a stripper.
I'm not going to win here, am I?
It's on that We've Got Tonight. That one where he had We've Got Tonight with Sheena Easton on it.
Oh, lovely. I used to go off when the song I Want Candy came on, and I said, God, I miss Candy. And then I put pause and go, she was a great little stripper at the Sugar Shack in Darien, Wisconsin. I wonder whatever happened to Candy.
Yeah.
Not as opposed to Candy Darling from Lou Reed. We know about that. All right. So old school country. And then what really struck me for this is courtesy of I can't even read the damn label. How about them?
Tim, make them big.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
51 unreleased tracks. Pee Wee King from the 40s, ladies and gentlemen, the 40s and the 50s.
Ooh.
A hoedown in the country would be, oh boy, here we go. Of a Thickle Bush. All right, that's Country Hoedown. Oh, everyone loves this album. For 50 cents, I had to buy this. I'm being very sarcastic. Paul McCartney's in the backyard. Some people would say I paid 49 cents too much. This is the 2-disc edition, by the way. Here's one that I love. This one does not get enough love, in my opinion. Elton John, Leon Russell, The Union.
Ooh.
If you're a fan of either, or both, seek this CD out.
Well,
believe it
for
or not,
John
it's
alone,
on the
yes, I would get that.
The Decca
I
Rocket. Yeah, Decca Rocket it's under, okay? So, yes, from 2010, if I remember correctly. Really good CD. Seek this out, because if I remember correctly, this also was Leon's final studio CD before he passed away a few years later. Speaking of another cool little duet, and I didn't know anything about this one, J.J. Cale and Eric Clapton. Yes, which of course, yes, I know. Eric did Cocaine from J.J. Cale.
I was going to say,
Midnight.
I do cocaine on it.
You know what? You got way different songs on this thing. It's co-produced by Eric and JJ.
Or was there any white powder in it when you opened it up?
Excuse me? Was there powder in it when I opened? I don't know. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Had a little sniff there.
Cocaine. All right. That's not a commercial for cocaine.
And it's a different cocaine than the one that and what Jackson Brown sang.
Oh boy. All right.
It's Running on Empty album.
Running on Empty. Anyways, so this one here, I like I said, I showed a couple of these in my broadcast, but I got to admit, for 50 cents, I was willing to take a chance on the best of Joe Eli. Now, I don't really know a lot about Joe, but he's been around since at least the mid-70s. This CD here, I think, is from the mid-90s, and I'm willing to check it out for 50 cents. Nothing wrong with that. I did not know that Kim Wilson from the Fabulous Thunderbirds. This is Tiger Man from the Antoine's label. Tiger Man. This one also on Antoine the Last. Huh?
I was going to say, I do have a Fabulous Thunderbirds album. I have Tough Enough.
Yeah, great stuff there, Fabulous Thunderbird. Especially if Jimmy's on it. That's always good stuff. So then we got the last real Texas blues band featuring Doug Sam from the Doug Sam Quintet. Good old She's About a Mover. Bunch of other fun stuff. Lots of goodies. Same label. I managed to find a little mini cachet of Antoine's. Then for 2 seconds, we go back to the Beatles, Yellow Submarine, the remaster of it, which I didn't know until I read the booklet, okay, that only a Northern song on this CD is presented in true mono. But unfortunately, it's plain because if I remember correctly, in the Yellow Submarine movie, it's all too much. There's an extra verse in the movie, but it didn't land on the soundtrack. Why? I have no clue. So I don't know if there ever was a legit It's All Too Much with the extra verse ever released on a CD format. And then lastly, going back to old school country, 4 CD set, 8 classic albums, the Louvin Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've heard of the Louvin Brothers on and off over the years, but in the Graham Parsons book I just got done reading called 20,000 Roads, the Louvins are mentioned semi-frequently in that book. So I cannot wait to check it out. The only flaw here is there's not really any liner notes. This is from Real Gone Music, by the way. And it is in 4 CDs, like I said, but it doesn't quite tell you what albums these are off of. So I hope that Satan is Real is on here, because I brought final copy of Satan is Real. I've come across a couple on Capitol of the Louvin Brothers, but never. You can make me small again. That was it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't have any Louvin Brothers. I have a solo country one by Charlie Louvin.
Sure.
The 70s.
Yeah. I can't remember which one died first, but yeah, the other one lived, I want to say, until like the late 80s, early 90s. But yeah, so I like the old school country. And like I said, for 50 cents, you know dang well I'm not going to let it sit there. I'm willing to see at that kind of price. I'm willing to experiment, because as we all know here in the vinyl community, ladies and gentlemen, even though these are CDs, we might like something on these cheap CDs, which will make us a fan, and then we go seek out the original vinyl. So that's how it is. Just like I said, I'm trying to look for that. Satan is Real. That is such a strange yet hokey album cover that they made for that. But that is, I'm told, one of the best Louvin Brother albums that they ever made. So, yep.
Well, sort of like with me, I'll get CDs for like some 90s music, like because I'm trying to get into more 90s music, but you know, not as much was put out on records back then. And, like I had some Strike and stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember our last show 2 weeks ago, we talked about briefly singles, because when we met Night Ranger and the Great White thing and all. Well, I still will go through big pile. I do find singles. Found a lot of them in the last month or two, all over Northwest Arkansas. And but I'll look through all of them, because I'm like, the only ones I'll buy, and most of the time they're dirt cheap. I mean, like 50 cents. And is hair metal bands. That's like the only ones I'll really get, because now saying that though, I don't know where I put it right now, but speaking of for 50 cents, I picked up single with the sleeve. So I thought for 50 cents, I wasn't going to let that sit there. No. And if I remember correctly, I think that single had an extra track that was not on the anthology. So, yep.
Okay.
Jorgen, you
So-
got other stuff since the last time we were here with Tim 2 weeks ago, don't you?
You're referring to my Norwegian guys?
Yeah.
I show it for the 9th million time. I haven't shown it on camera yet either. The movie.
Here, I'll make Jorgen big now.
I got around 26 albums from my friend in Norway, and he sent me without a sleeve. And the most ironic is that he kept them together like this with. I was thinking I need to have new jewel cases. And what does he send? What does he send these in?
Just
Regular
that thing.
cases. That's gotta be the height of irony. But he doesn't know. But I got some are more interesting than others. We have that I have actually listened to that is really great. Compilation from Tavares.
Okay. Yep. They had some stuff on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Yeah, but they also are famous for Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel. It only takes a minute, but yeah, More Than a Woman is on that. Another from Paul Young and the Q-Tips, the band he was in before he went solo.
Okay.
Various soul covers here. Elvis Costello. Compilation of the very best of the Warner Brothers years. More Elvis Costello.
What does he have shave his head for that?
That would be interesting. That would be interesting, but I sincerely doubt it. No picture.
Comes with a free lollipop, the Kojak variety.
Maybe. You never know.
Tootsie Pop at that.
Who loves you,
This
baby?
will be interesting while we're talking about compilations with various artists. A compilation of with the songs by David Foster.
Yeah, I have the CD, the symphony session with them, and like on it, he does. It has one of the songs from "The Secret of My Success" on it.
No Night Ranger here, but David Foster is from that movie. Yes, that is correct. We have Big Country.
Okay.
Big Powerful from
I like
1986.
that picture that covered on that one.
Yeah. This one is going to be very interesting. One of my favorite guitarists, Lee Ritenour. Branded Together from 1984. And we have vocals by Patty Austin, Phil Collins on drums, Paulinho da Costa percussion. We have a lot of interesting names here. So
No Dave Grusin on it, huh?
no Dave Grusin, but Don Grusin. I assume that is a brother or something.
Yeah, has some type of relation.
Ernie Watts also. Those creme de la creme on musicians. Coming to albums that I had no clue what it is. I think this is some kind of ambient new age. Mike Rowland, Silver Wings.
That's still the ambient music isn't bad.
No, but as long as it isn't as calm as it, you fall asleep to it.
Well, it might help when you're not feeling too well.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Paul.
I think this is some kind of modern jazz. I don't know. Radka Tonet and Steve Dobrogoc. Norwegian anyway. Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a great.
Yeah, I have that on vinyl. That's a great album.
My first by him.
That song I really liked on there is Cotton Jenny.
Oh, Cotton Jenny. Cut and Journey, I thought you said. Thank you, Psycho, Paul.
See you later, Paul.
Yeah, see you, Paul.
Coming to records that I already have in my collection. On most of them on vinyl, though. More Lee Ritenour, Rit. This is an amazing, great, and funky, smooth album.
Okay.
Highly recommended. Rit from 1981. David Foster again. Bill Champlin is singing. The one who replaced Pete Cetera in Chicago.
Yeah.
And we have also here Jeff Procaro, Don Grusin again, David Foster, then Paulino da Costa, also always present. So this is highly recommended. We have an Elton John that I have already. Don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player.
Yep, I have that on vinyl.
Which has my favorite song on there, Crocodile Rock.
That is correct.
But my favorite Elton John song would probably be the Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding.
That's from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
I don't know whom's my favorite is. I like I'm Still Standing a lot, so maybe that is one. Andy Gibb, Flowing Rivers.
Yep,
also
I have it. Some good old 70s pop.
Yeah, and it is.
I have that. I have that down on vinyl again.
Naturally, of course, Family Affair.
Okay.
As Bee Gees is involved.
Yeah.
Here's another really, really great one.
Just before he died, the Bee Gees had decided to make him a member.
Okay,
but that was just before he died.
So Bee Gees was supposed to be 4 people. Here we have an album that I also truly recommend. This is a really, really great one. John Miles Rebel. And it is produced by Alan Parsons.
Oh, produced by Alan Parsons, so I'd probably like it.
And Alan Parsons worked a lot with John Miles, and John Miles also sang on some Alan Parsons projects.
Okay. I have several of their albums also.
Yeah, I have a lot of them also. Soon I have complete actually. I also have a lot of albums with John Miles. Yes.
With me, it's mainly that there are later ones that I don't have for Alan Parsons.
But I can truly recommend John Miles' albums. They are really, really great. He's passed away just a couple of years ago. Brian Ferry, Boys and Girls, the Slave to Love album. Donald Fagen, Kamiriad, that I already have on CD.
Okay.
Donald Fagen of Steel Dan fame.
Yep.
Maybe not my favorite album by Donald Fagen, but it's okay. Norwegian stuff. Finn Kalvik, Norwegian singer-songwriter. the Brass Brothers, some Norwegian jazz orchestra. Here we have another Brass Brothers live in Cape Town, South Africa. Here is another one from this Radka Tonev. This one is actually released on Verve.
Okay.
It's gotta have some jazz feeling over it. They're coming to albums that I maybe a little bit doubtful for, but who knows? Madness, The Rise and the Fall. I've never been a Madness fan, but Michael Bolton, Soul Provider.
Yeah, I have one of the CDs, but is it Time, Love, and Tenderness or something like that?
This contains both his best song ever and maybe his most boring song ever. So I don't know. I love How Can We Be Lovers. It's a magnificent Diane Warren song, but How Am I Supposed to Live Without You is so dreadfully boring.
Yeah.
Boots Randolph, Jackety Sax.
The Benny Hill theme.
Calvin likes boots. Oh, fuck.
I'm not sure that this is actually good, but
You might surprise yourself, Jorgen. You might like it.
yeah, I know. But on the other hand, I have 9 million records to listen to from him, so I'm not sure if I put this one in highest priority right now.
Oh, for the Benny Hill theme alone, it's worth it.
Yeah, if it is the original one, so it's not a new recording of it. The Police.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
But I've always been more fan of Sting solo than the Police. We have Grace Jones, Inside Story. And finally, Supertramp, a compilation.
Oh, yeah. What's my favorite song on there? Give a little bit.
I have several, most of their albums, I think, and yeah, Give a Little Bit's good. And
this is my first.
Take the long way home.
I'm no fan of Supertramp, and mostly it's because that I think that Roy Hodgson's voice is very annoying.
Yep. So, well, probably has the Logical song on there.
What song?
The Logical song.
That's from the Breakfast in America.
Hey, Logical song. Breakfast in America. It's raining again. Take the long way home. Hit me.
Yep. See, okay, yeah. See, I have Roger Hodgson's solo album.
I had a single from Roger Hodgson's solo from 1984. I didn't know then that he was the singer of that, and I thought that.
Yeah,
that one is called out from the collection.
I'm trying to remember which one was a hit off that one. That's the one I have, though.
And a Supertramp had never been really in my radar.
Yeah. So.
I found out that Give a Little Bit was from 1977 when I was listening to the 70s on 7 Sirius XM last weekend. I didn't know that. I always thought that was in the 80s, that song.
Nope.
Well, now I know.
They didn't have too many albums from the 80s, Supertramp didn't. It was mainly 70s. So.
But it was close enough. 79 is just 1 year from 80s.
Yeah, because that's when the album Breakfast in America came out.
Mm-hmm. I had Breakfast in America on vinyl.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, Calvin, I might need it.
I can see Jorgen listening to Supertramp and singing, "Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. Never seemed to care a lot."
And while we're talking about people who need a better radar,
Jorgen, we like to tease each other all the time. So yesterday, Jorgen and I watched a very interesting wrestling video. When we did our messenger call, we have a wrestling video we watch every time. That's our new thing. We like to watch wrestling. And who are the teams again, Jorgen? It was Survivor Series from 1989.
It was Hulk Hogan's team versus Teddy DiBiase, Million Dollar Man's team.
There's that pro wrestler that died the other day, that like from the 80s.
It was some of that kind of a match, a Survivor Series matches, where you have multiple tag teams, and then the one who gets pinned gets sent to the dressing room, and then the idea is to have one in the team left standing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name that died the other day, like Sheik or something like that.
Not Tito Santana.
Okay. Is he the one that's okay, I'm not sure. I couldn't remember his that name. I just saw it quick. I wasn't much into pro wrestling then.
But I have that pay-per-view on VHS. I've seen it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I just love Jesse Ventura sitting there and always screaming, "Oh, that referee's biased! That referee's biased!"
I love when they always talk smack at Gorilla Monsoon.
Those are such a unique team. Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura, they are magnificent to listen to.
And Bobby the Brain.
Yeah, Bobby the Brain also. But that's a different, because Jesse Ventura is a whole lot smarter as a heel character than Bobby the Brain, because Bobby the Brain is more of a comedic guy. Jesse Ventura is more of a smart heel guy.
Yeah.
So they are very different in their styles, but both are very entertaining.
Oh, for sure. And I'm a big Hulkamaniac, Tim. I love Hulk. I always love when he gets in the ring, he rips his shirt off, and then he's like this, and then he goes to the other side like that to everybody, get the crowd going, all his Hulkamaniacs. And
then are you ready to see matches, James, where Hulk Hogan from the WCW, when he is a bad guy?
Oh boy, that's going to be hard, but you know what? I'm still going to cheer him on because I still love Hulk. That's going to be hard.
Well, he's the leader of the NWO for life.
Oh boy, he did turn. He turned to a bad guy.
WCW had no alternative because people were starting to boo him. He'd been yellow and red for so long, many years. So they needed to do something desperate in order to have his career saved. And it worked. Wow. It actually worked. I'm not going to say that it was his best matches, but people loved the NWO. So it worked to save Hogan's career for a couple more years.
Wow. Last night while I was eating dinner, all I could think of, I am a real American. I had that song stuck in my head.
And when he was a bad guy, he had another song, Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, which one was that?
Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
That's a good song.
Yeah. I remember back in the 80s when I was in stationed in Colorado Springs. I had pissed off a lady one day at work. I didn't know it at the time, and somebody said something about like with the pro wrestling, the TV stuff, and with me being from Iowa, I like the actual wrestling, like the college wrestling and stuff like that. And because Iowa and Iowa State used to have that. I'm not sure how they are ranked now Monday. I think they're still higher up, or they'd be like the top 2 teams in the nation. And but I said that something about pro wrestling being fake and stuff. Yes, her dad was a pro wrestler.
Well, I remember when I was growing up here, we had a Sky Channel, and it was shown superstars in wrestling. And then once a month there were Saturday Night's Main Event, and then every quarter there was a huge pay-per-view that they broadcast on the Sky Channel. So there was interesting years, a couple of years there when I could see wrestling. That built my interest.
Yeah, and Jorgen was telling me a few days ago when we were live together, I think it was when we were just on Messenger, and he told me his parents went out and they wanted him to record their soap opera for them. But you know what Jorgen did? He recorded the wrestling instead.
It was my first pay-per-view, SummerSlam '88, and I wanted to tape it, record it, and keep it in my VHS collection. That at that time was extremely small, but for me it was something special. My first pay-per-view, 3 hours, and then all of a sudden, 8 o'clock in the evening, there was a soap opera. My parents was going to another a meeting, and they wanted me to pause my recording and record a soap opera for them and see the wrestling instead. And I got a little pissed off because I wanted. What's the use of recording it if I'm not going to have the complete of it anyway?
Yeah.
So the soap opera was going to be broadcasted again the day after in the afternoon. So I disobeyed my parents' orders and skipped to record it for them and continued to record the wrestling match, the wrestling show.
I hope they didn't punish you and take the tape away.
No. They of course they didn't get happy, but they knew also they could watch it the day after in the afternoon.
Well, so everything worked out in the end.
Yep, but it's still a memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you still have that cassette?
Yeah.
Oh, you still have it in your collection. He's kept it all these years. That's amazing. I don't even have a VCR anymore.
We had one, but it just quit working for us. It would beat the tape, so.
Oh, he still has it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, he's even written down all the people that were in it.
Yeah, I've written down the matches.
Oh, that's cool. Was Hulk Hogan in it?
Yeah, you watched it. The Hulk Hogan Macho Man Savage versus.
Oh, yeah. Does your VCR still work, Jorgen?
Yep. The problem was that that the broadcasting from Sky Channel had problem during it. So during one match, the audio disappeared. But that's not the VHS the fault. That was the Sky Channel's fault.
I wonder if the pictures deteriorated over the years on the VCR thing.
I usually have a lot of videos that are very old from the 80s that are still working. So I will. It might have been a little worse quality, but I don't think it has been worse than that much. So now it's a long time since I saw that pay-per-view.
But to talk about 80s and stuff, I started watching a show on BritBox. It's a comedy. Each episode's a half hour in length, but it's called The Cleaner. It's about a crime scene cleaner, and it's just hilarious in it and stuff. And the last one I watched was like episode 3 or episode 4, where he goes to a house. Like he gets there because he goes up and cleans up all the blood and stuff after murders and stuff. And he goes, or a person died and there's blood and stuff. So he goes to this house. He pulls up to there. First thing he sees, nice cherry red Ferrari. And he rings the doorbell and goes in, and the guy just has it's all 80s stuff that he has in there and stuff.
Wow.
And but anyway, that guy who lived there, he was like a big celebrity on like TikTok and Instagram or whatever, and he's showing 70s or showing 80s stuff, talking about it and stuff. And he was upset when the thing kind the cleaner cleans up all the blood, because he said, I was going to have that on my video today, live stream today with that on. And so the cleaner told him how they could make fake blood, like using elderberry jam and stuff, and they were doing it together. But like you just and the cleaner was getting thirsty. He'd been working well, and there was a vending machine in there that he got a can of Coke from, and he said it tasted bad. I guess that Coke was actually from the 80s, still around, 40 years old.
Well, I have cassette tapes that I found were old radio shows from the 70s that are still working very well. So if you take care of the stuff, they will definitely still work.
Yep. Hi, Dave.
Oh, this sucks. I'm looking on Amazon, Canada. Oh, it's an import. $78 for the complete series of Miami Vice on Blu-ray. That's a series I want to own. Hey,
Yeah.
Dave.
I have the first season of Miami Vice on DVD box.
That was
Yeah, I always
me.
loved that one.
With me, I mainly do streaming anymore because there's so much stuff I can find that I can watch for free over my Roku.
Two of my favorite Miami Vice episodes is when Phil Collins guest starred on it, and the one the Crayon Killer. That was another favorite of mine.
Well, I still like the first one, where he's driving down at night, and has in the air tonight learn the way on there.
Yeah, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, that's a great song. That's when Tubbs is in bed with that woman there, and they start playing that song.
Doesn't it say calling in the air?
What's that?
Doesn't it say calling in the air tonight, not coming?
No, I can see it coming in the air tonight.
So.
Yeah, I have that Miami Vice theme on the 7-inch.
Yeah,
I have the album.
Well, then I have from the 80s, I have a Glenn Frey album where he does Smuggler's Blues, which was used on an episode of Miami Vice.
No, I don't have Smuggler's Blues on 7-inch.
I also want to own all the series, the complete series of Gilligan's Island. I want to have that, and I want to have all the Dukes of Hazzard. Yep. And I had a major crush on Daisy Duke.
That's sort of like...
I'm not the only one.
One of the shows I've been streaming lately, my wife likes watching it with me, an older show. It's around the late 70s. There was 5 seasons of it, and that's...
Ooh.
And that's 8 is Enough.
Oh, yeah, I used to watch that.
Yeah. See, the Roku channel has all 5 seasons on streaming for free.
I have my Vice on 7-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great show.
Yeah, but I have so much to watch. I have 3 seasons of Knight Rider to watch. So I don't know how I'm going to keep track. I have 1 season of Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd.
I always liked how Michael Knight was talking to his watch. Kit, get over here now. And then Kit would drive up to him.
Well, Dave, the pickup artist, says that comment that Jan Hammer did the Miami placing. Well, I have a CD of Jan Hammer and James Young from Styx. And now they did CD they did together. That's pretty good. And I'll tell you, it's not any slow music on there because the stuff that James Young would write for on the Styx albums for some of the harder songs on them. So
I used to be a huge fan of TV series themes when I was younger, and the Miami Vice theme was one of my absolute favorites. It was so damn cool.
Yeah. Well, like the Rockford File one was pretty good too. Rockford Files.
And I also like the theme song for Knight Rider.
Yeah, it's been made with really great new dance version with a French DJ called Soul Machine.
Yeah, it was like something like that. No, I like the bass line. Doo doo.
So Jan Hammer was in the Disney Orchestra.
Young Michael Knight, the young crusader in a dangerous world, the world of the Knight Rider.
Mm-hmm. And I also like the A-Team.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of A-Team.
Well, I was a huge fan of Mr. T. Hey, sucker, I pity the fool.
One of my favorites was the theme from Automan, if anyone remembers that old series. Automan was a sadly forgotten 80s series today about a computer wizard who creates his own computer hologram that helps him, that comes to life, and he helps him solve crimes. And this computer wizard is a nerd who never gets any attention from the police boss that he works for. But it's it was a very entertaining series, and I like the series.
Did you say
it's
then was the series just Ultraman?
Automan.
Oh, Automan. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Forgot. The TV show that I like is
it only lasted for one season, 13 episodes. I have all 13 episodes on the computer.
There's another one that I like. Now I can't remember the name of it. It's with Michael Vincent in it, with the high-tech helicopter.
Airwolf?
Yeah, Airwolf.
Airwolf. And I used to watch the one with I forget his name. I used to watch James Farentino in Blue Thunder.
Okay.
That was based off the movie Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
I was such a huge fan of those 80s criminal series. I loved Simon and Simon.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Jake and the Fat Man very much.
Oh, yeah.
And also the 80s version of the Mission Impossible.
Okay. Yeah.
And my grandmother, my dad's mom, she used to like watching the Rockford Files.
Yeah.
And what's the other one there with Peter Falk? What was his show?
Columbo.
She liked that too.
One that I really liked was Cannon. Cannon. There was also like Mannix.
Yeah, that was the same guy as Jake and the Fat Man.
Okay.
And I heard that. Oh, I've never seen it, but I should watch it at some point. I think it's on Disney Plus on Star. Cagney and Lacey.
Oh yeah.
I only heard of it. I never saw it.
Yeah, I streamed that for free also. That's another series I can stream for free. But I like a lot of mystery shows anyway. And then of course I like McCloud
I never
with
saw
Dennis
that
Weaver in it.
Oh, another show in the 80s I used to watch was Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis, Moonlighting.
Moonlightning. That one that was meaning. Moonlightning. I have
Yeah.
one season of that.
I wish they'd bring that back. That was a good series.
Well,
I think that it's a little late now with Bruce Willis having dementia.
Well, I mean, the old episodes bring the
just-
series back on so we can watch it again.
yeah, I miss well a show that I've watched used to like watching, but I don't like the remakes of it. Is Mission Impossible? I don't mean Mission Impossible. I mean Magnum PI. Because they made then on CBS or is it NBC now? They've NBC. I think they do a new version of Magnum PI. With me, I like the original for that.
90% of all these reboots, which is one reason why I hate reboots, is that they really sucked. I know that Knight Rider has been coming back in various forms, and I think that the most horrible one was the one called Knight Rider 2000, where they have 4 talking cars.
Yeah,
And no David Hasselhoff in sight because he turned it down. It was horrible.
He went over to Baywatch at the time.
Yeah,
I
I have
remember.
I have 4 episodes of that one also.
as
Four seasons.
as I call it, Baywatch.
Well, a lot of other guys called it Boob Watch.
If we remove what this show is mostly famous for, I gotta say also, but the Baywatch is a great action series actually. Then of course it is a lot of naked ladies also, but it is aside from that also a great action series.
Yeah,
It
Many
is.
people keep forgetting that.
and,
I've seen episodes.
yeah, and Michael Hasselhoff isn't too well known for his music here in the States, but over in Europe.
David Hasselhoff.
Or David Hasselhoff, I mean. But
I've been looking for freedom.
in Europe, he's had some bigger hits.
He has done one of the worst videos I ever seen when he, for some reason, decided to do his version of Blue Sweet's "Hooked on a Feeling." That video is horrible.
Well, another show that I used to laugh, I watched it in German when I was in Germany. The Fall Guy.
I don't know what
It
that
was
is.
on a German TV station that or network showed it, and I watched that. Just watching them, they be speaking it in German. I just be laughing away watching it.
Wasn't Lee Majors in that one, The Fall Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was after he played the $6 Million Man.
Yep.
And don't forget there was William Shatner, and he was in T.J. Hooker.
Yep.
And he sings good.
Yeah.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Then he'd add a Star Trek line in there probably. Spock. She's flying in the sky with diamonds. Can you believe it? Fascinating, Captain.
Yeah.
Well,
William Shatner was actually the guest host of the WWE for one episode where he was controlling what was the chief. They hired celebrities to be guest hosts 1 week for a while, and he did then his own versions of the WWE superstars entrance songs, and that was so bad. When it was going to do Shawn Michaels, they call me the sexy boy. I'm a boy toy. No, please don't.
I remember in 1986 when they had the wrestling album, and they did Land of a Thousand Dances, and then there was the Captain Lou song, Captain Lou, Captain Lou, Captain Lou.
And that Land of the Thousand Dancers is really, really cheesy one. That's so horrible. I remember if you take a look at the video of that Land of Thousand Dancers, you have two familiar names that actually are there but not mentioned. You have Meatloaf sitting behind the drums. You can see that it's Meatloaf, but they never presented him. You also have a woman in black wig and sunglasses doing a whole lot of dancing, Cyndi Lauper, because Cyndi Lauper was a part of had some wrestling appearances in the 80s with the WWE, but she could only be there for the wrestling shows to wrestle or to be manager. But they didn't have. She didn't have any contract to do music, which is why she had to go incognito in order to be on the Land of the Thousand Dancers, or else she will be sued for contract breaching.
Okay. If you guys want to have a laugh, go after we're done here on YouTube. Go search for Leonard Nimoy, Bilbo Baggins.
Really?
That video so corny and stuff that I think you get a good laugh from it.
I'm going to set that up right now, so after I watch that, let's see. Leonard Nimoy, Bilbo Baggins. Okay. Let's see here.
While we're talking about reboots, I remember when I first time I saw the Tom Cruise version of the first Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to say as an action movie, it is okay, but as a Mission Impossible movie, it sucks. It is horrible.
See,
I remember reading about when the one who played the black guy in the original one, he was watching the movie, and when he saw how they portrayed Jim Phelps, the aristocrat, the nice man who always fought for the right, then all of a sudden they turned him into one who loves younger girls and a bad guy. He went straight up from the movie seat and he went out of there. And Peter Grace, who played Jim Phelps, refused to do that role because he hated how they had portrayed Jim Phelps in that movie.
Well, see, I go. Sometimes I just feel like putting something on for relaxing, and I'll go to Pluto TV, and they are known for their live streams. Well, one of the things they stream, there's a channel on there that's how the original Mission Impossible TV show. All seasons.
Well, I have old Mission Impossibles from the 60s on VHS that I found on the thrift store many years ago. So I have around 5-6 Mission Impossible VHSs.
Okay.
But I know also there was actually one channel. I don't know if it was on daily video or if it was on YouTube that put up all the episodes of the 80s version of a Mission Impossible, and I downloaded them all, so I have complete now to watch. At least until I found that real DVD version.
DVD well, that's always good.
Pardon?
That's always good to have them on DVD.
Yeah, but as my DVD right now is little so-so, it has some way. Sometimes it jumps and so on. So it's good also then to put in a USB stick and watch it on TV.
Well, two of my favorite comedies, which I'm going to show you. Hold on, I'll get them.
Wayne Morris? I know who Wayne Harris is.
Yeah, when he opened the door, I was thinking, what, is he going to go into the toilet and had to go somewhere else in time to find it?
All right, I got them. Make me big, please.
Make sure you eat the right piece of the right cupcake.
Ah, look, Teddy. Look what we got.
No, no, no.
The whole thing of Mr. Bean, all the episodes.
Well, he,
And my second favorite show, which I always had a good laugh, which my
Yeah, I
mom bought
think
me
that
for
is the
Christmas a couple of
main
years
matter.
ago.
Morris is the black guy from Mission Impossible.
Faulty Towers.
Yeah, that I have complete.
well,
Both.
Well, that like the guy that played Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
He also was in another comedy show where he's a police constable.
And he's also in Blackadder.
Yeah.
And my two favorite episodes in here are the Kipper and the corpse, where they're trying to get the dead body out of the hotel before Sybil finds out, and the Germans.
So, James, do you by chance have a BritBox subscription, I should say? I know it's available in the UK because a lady I know that lives in the UK talks about watching stuff on there at times.
What's that?
BritBox? It's
No, I don't. Yeah, I can get BritBox here, but I'm not going to pay extra money for that,
because they show a lot of this old they have a lot of these old shows on there too, and
yeah, this is really good. I love this show. Like when Sybil's in bed, she's like, I know, and he's in his own bed reading the Book of Jaws by Peter Benchley.
The
All right, you can make me small.
The British show I used to always watch weekly is Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Mm-hmm.
Responding to Calvin's here, Wayne Morris, the black guy from Mission Impossible. The interesting thing is that in Mission Impossible, the 80s version, there's another black guy. And you know who he is? He's the real son of the same actor that was
Morris.
Phil Morris. Was the actor in the 80s version, and he's the son of Wayne Morris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they played father and son in the series also, so it was very interesting how they did manage to do it. I actually watched a movie yesterday. I watched that Three Musketeers.
The cartoon with Mickey Mouse.
Yep, I watched it.
It was good, eh? I told you it was good.
It was a really good one. It was very interesting take that instead of making Donald the hot-tempered one, they made him a total chicken that was afraid of everything instead. And they also made Clarabelle Cow a villain. It was the first time I've seen that.
Clarabelle a villain?
It was she turned babyface later on when she fell in love with Goofy, but from the beginning she's the henchwoman for Peg Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And what also was interesting was the final spoiler alert. This final fight on the opera with the Peg Pete and the Musketeers. But I felt like they had to be inspired in some point of the same feuding scene in Marx Brothers at the opera, because they reminded each other so much of each other.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5 in rating.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I just noticed that time. I'd say it's about time to be ending it now. We've gone almost 2 hours now. So until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.
Keep on rocking, everybody.